pdfToolbox has its own imposition engine, and there are 3 types of imposition that you should be aware of. It's kind of important because if you go to the documentation and you read in the documentation, you will see that that is how the documentation chapter is organized as well. And we're just going to go over those 3 types of imposition. In order to do so, the easiest is that you use the switchboard. And so I will go to Tools and then Switchboard. And in the switchboard, there is something called Arrange. And if I click on that, you see all of the different types of imposition that are available. Now, some of these, like booklet, ANUP, fill page, and step and repeat, they are part of what we call simple imposition. Why is that? Well, if I click on one of these, you see that there are a number of settings that you can change, so you have some parameters, but there is really nothing in terms of configuration that you need to create. So they're quite simple to set up and use. You can use them here in the switchboard. You can also use them as an action or as a command line command. But they don't need configuration. All I need to do is hit the button and I have an imposed file. The other option is that when I go back to Arrange, I go into the Impose feature. And Impose is the imposition engine where you do need imposition configurations. There are 3 types of imposition because you have simple and then you have 2 types of configuration files. So let me show you the old style configurations first. This is how they look. This is a scripting language. It's a language that was invented by Callas. It's not JavaScript or anything that you will know from another application. It is just a custom proprietary scripting language. You can still use this. There are no plans to discontinue it, so it will continue to work, but it's kind of limited. And in the documentation, you'll see that it is called old style imposition. And so new functionality will typically not be added to this type of imposition configuration. Instead, what you probably should be doing is you should look at these types of configuration files, and these use JavaScript. This is the JavaScript you already know perhaps. It's easier to find help online because it's a standard language. The way the imposition is done is largely the same as for the old style imposition. You have the same terminology, sheets and imposed sheets and slots and so on, but this uses JavaScript to build the imposition configuration for you. And so this is the 3rd type of imposition that exists in pdfToolbox and that you will find in this documentation chapter. So if you want to do imposition today in pdfToolbox, my advice would be to either use the simple imposition types, if what you want to do is possible, or to look into creating a JavaScript imposition.